The Knights Templar have gone public. They've reared their head. They're alive and well and living in Santa Clarita, California, where 3 of the members were arrested for impersonating police officers. They are calling themselves the Masonic Fraternal Police Department, though they say they are the Knights Templar. Now, why were they arrested, Elliot, for impersonating police officers? Because they have a police department. They dress in police uniforms, as you can see here. They sent out a letter to all the police chiefs in the community to say, hey, we have a new police chief, and we'd like you to meet with our police chief so that we could all, us being chiefs of police and everything, let's, talk about what we can do. And so now this raises many questions, but what happened was one of the a captain from the sheriffs in Santa Clarita met with them, met with the representatives, saw that they were presenting themselves as police officers. This looks like it could be that's not police officer uniforms, those are Masons uniforms. I have nothing against Masons and anything they do. It's a society, a fraternal order. They do what they do. They dress in the things that they dress. Fine, do what you're going to do. But they dressed up like police officers and are presenting themselves publicly as police officers, and so it raised some alarms within the Los Angeles Sheriff's Department, and so their home was raided and they found police officer items, uniforms, guns, things that identified them as police officers, and so they're now being held. One of those arrested was an aide under California Attorney General Kamala Harris. This raises some more questions, Elliot. Some people are going, for conspiracy theorists,
having a field day.
Oh, sure.
Now, guys, let's just back up on one thing. So they were actually wearing police uniforms, or is it just their uniforms bear a striking resemblance to police officers' uniforms?
They are police officer uniforms.
Wow.
They bear a striking...
They've just co-opted.
Yeah, they look a lot like a LAPD uniform. And so the public could be deceived. Right. They have a whole holster, gun belt, and everything. You saw the guy who had the stars on his lapel. That looks like a brass from the LAPD. So yes, the public could be deceived into thinking that's a police officer. And police take that very seriously. They don't want people out. Even if you have, we're in California, a lot of TV shows and movies are using police officers, actors dressed as police officers, or cars that are used for these movies and TV shows. You have to have covering on everything when you're not shooting, and the police have to be notified of it. They're very serious about people going around looking like police officers. Right. So, but what comes into play here with this Brandon Keel, who works as in Attorney General Kamala Harris's office, his title is Deputy Director of Community Affairs at the California Department of Justice. And when he met with Sheriff Captain Roosevelt Johnson in Santa Clarita, he presented his card, his business card, as that title being from Kamala Harris's office. And so they were arrested at impersonating a police officer, misuse of government information, meaning the card. Right. And so Roosevelt Johnson said this: Brandon Keel gave me a business card from the Department of Justice showing he worked out of Kamala Harris's office. That really raised red flags for me. Sure. So that's what started him going. Now, there are plenty of people who are going to ask a question that I'm asking, which is it a standard procedure for a Masonic fraternal police department, even if they're there to just protect their own people? Is it a standard procedure when they have a new chief to notify the police chiefs all over the place that the Masonic fraternal police department has a new chief?
Right.
Is that standard procedure? And the only one who thought it was odd was maybe somebody who wasn't part of that normal arrangement and went, wait a second, are they meeting with police chiefs all over the place and this is normal?
Yeah.
That raises a question for me. But they say this, the Masonic Fraternal Police Department website, and again, they do say, we are the Knights Templar. They're from 1100 BC. They have a lineage to that. They say this: when asked what is the difference between the Masonic Fraternal Police Department and other police departments? The answer is simple for us. We were here first. We were born into this organization. Our bloodlines go deeper than an application. There is more than a job. It is an obligation.
Wow.
So, you know, they have no choice.
So, but is there any sense in which this could come back and hurt Kamala Harris, or no? She's going to distance herself, obviously, as quickly as she can from this.
He's been put on, he's been suspended.
Okay.
Likely he will lose his job because he's representing her office with his business card, doing business as one of these police officers. And so it's possible he's going to lose his job. She's not really implicated in any of this, although people will be interested to know, you know, because people who look at the Masons and their infiltration into the government will see this as just another example of that and as more further proof. Now from Keel's Google Plus account, he has said this. He said, Chief Henry is the first African-American Masonic police chief since 1100 BC. The MFPD is the first police department in the world created by the Poor Knights of Christ, or better known to the world as the Knights Templar. So, yeah, there's all kinds of questions here. Are the Masons police chiefs meeting regularly with police chiefs around the country? And we're only alarmed by this because this one captain saw his misuse of the government card.
Right.
And that's the only reason we know about this. That's what raised the red flag. That's what caused their home to be, you know, raided.
Right.
And I can't say it was a raid, but it was a warrant was served. So I don't know. You know, start the debate. I know our viewers have their opinions about this, and so we love to hear them. As always, we appreciate you subscribing to the Lip TV.